So this is a little segment that we decided to create, start calling it Porch Talks. So we're going to come on here and talk about exciting thing that's going on the farm.
Plans for the future.
Anything that is just a talking segment.
Like answers to questions that you guys might have or anything like that.
So on this one, we are going to talk about kind of not really burnout, but difficulty. So we've hit a point where I still work a 9-to-5 job, and Esther, she takes care of the house and the animals and the kids. So we don't have a lot of spare time with everything that we're doing on top of it. So instead of trying to do a weekly video,
that's not going to be as high quality
and not as interesting of a video that you guys are going to want to watch, we're going to go to bi-weekly videos. So the first week of the month on a Monday, we're going to post. And then the third week of the month on a Monday, we'll post a video. Esther and us will still continue to post shorts if you guys like to watch our shorts, but our long videos, we're only going to be posting bi-weekly, first and third week of every month on Monday.
Starting this week.
So not only that, but they're also going to become a little shorter because we're striving toward better quality.
And we've noticed that you guys really like the shorter videos.
It seems like our videos between the 10 to 15 minute range does the best. So that's what we're going to strive for. We're going to strive for a 10 to 15 minute video every other week. So our bulk videoing that we do is really on the weekend. So that will give us 2 weekends worth of projects and filming per video. So the videos will become more interesting. The quality will become better, and all around will just be better for the YouTube channel and for you guys, honestly. But this is just a new segment that we've decided. I mean, our porch is nice and it gets us outside and in the fresh air.
It's nicer weather now as well, so we want to be out here.
Yeah. So this is going to be Porch Talks with Montana and Esther on the Funny Farm. And it'll just be a little segment, kind of like this, just a little short clip of us telling you what's going on. Or I think our next video is going to be about our seed order, and we did it here.
We also, next up on the video will be us planting those seeds, but later next week you'll see what all we got in the seed order.
A full-length video of what we got in our order and why we got them.
Yeah. But up next is us planting some of those seeds, so enjoy that.
Okay, so we're going to be planting our tomatoes and our peppers. We're going to plant 2 varieties of tomatoes and then 4 varieties of peppers, and I'm going to plant like 2 of these as well. So we're going to do that. Enjoy.
Start with my beef steak.
I'm gonna do mine a little bit different than Esther did hers. I'm gonna plant my bell peppers and my Mad Hatters. I'm gonna plant 4, and then my Jimmy Nordellos and my Sweet Sunset, I'm gonna plant 3, and then I'm gonna plant 2 of these Super 10s. super sweet tins. So that's how I'm gonna do mine. These are a little bitty. Beautiful. There it is. All done and ready to pluck some chickens. We have this drill. This drill, it has no low speed or slow. So it spins way too fast. It's gonna become a two-person ordeal because you're not gonna be able to set the trigger on this. It winds up too fast. We'll have to get a variable speed drill. So this one person will have to be plucking while the other one is running this to keep a good speed. But those little fingers right there, they're gonna pluck pretty good. We bought a 50 pack and we got a few left over as spares, but there's quite a few on here. But we made this where you can kind of put your foot on this pedestal, and as you're going, you know, you can have your bird rolling it and plucking. So, got pedal block bearings just so it rolls smoother. And we took wood on our ends. And we got a bolt on each side to hold that there with a screw to hold your block to that. But I mean, she's pretty stout. If you get going too fast, it does tickle. The only thing I might do is I might take this shaft and make it just a hair bit shorter even at that. But I don't want to make it too short because I do plan on putting like a 6-inch pulley with an electric motor. So I want to make sure that I have enough shaft to do that. But for right now, in this batch of chickens, we're going to use the drill. But maybe by the time we do the 25 meat birds, this might be turned into a straight electric one. And honestly, I might put it on like a little push button on your foot where you step on it, kick the motor on, and then when you come off, the power is shut off to it and it's completely hands-free. You don't have to flip on a switch, and then just as soon as you walk up, you step on it, it turns on, you pluck your chicken, you walk away, it shuts off, and you're done. But for right now, that's what it is. We're gonna use this to do our 10 old egg hens and see how it works, see any modifications. I wanted to get it done and use it on these to see what kind of modifications we need to do before we're doing 25 of our meat birds. So I wanted to get it made. I wanted to have time to make some adjustments, you know, put an electric motor on it if I wanted it. Or is the drill good, you know? I wanted to be able to play with it a little bit and see what kind of adjustments we wanted to make before you go and do 25 birds. You know, 10 birds is a lot, let alone 25. I mean, that's 15 more chickens that you're plucking, and we're plucking all of them. We're not skinning any of them. Every single one will be plucked, and then if we want skinless, boneless chicken, that will be done in the house when you're processing. But as far as plucking, every single chicken will be plucked. I'm not sure if that's how they do it commercially, but that's how we're doing it. Every chicken will be plucked. If we want skin on it, we'll leave it on. If we don't, it'll be taken off. So
here's some other things that happened this last week. We tried a new recipe for homemade pizza, and I think it was the best I've ever had. We broke ground for the first time in 2026, which is really exciting. This is a completely new plot on the other side of the garden where we're going to be planting our corn this year. Kidding season is just around the corner, and I think Hank is just as excited as we are to meet his first round of babies on the funny farm. We tried Dutch baby pancakes, or puff pancakes, for the first time this last week, and it has become our #1 favorite. We've had it a few times already.